Hey guys, I am Lana. This is from Corporate to Crystals. And look, I just figured this out. My coffee mug that I'm trying to cover up the brand on, it literally is super, like, I look like I'm wearing all the same color right now. I don't know why, but I think that's really funny. Probably isn't that funny, but whatever. How are you guys? You guys good out there? Things getting a little weird and wild? Same. Hope all is well. I got a coffee to prepare for this video because I'm a little low energy, shall we say? And I was trying to change my energy as I started dancing like before this video. And then I pulled my neck muscle and I was just like, fuck. Like, I don't want, I just have to be me. So this is me in this video. How are you guys? I hope you're good. I know things are intense. The energy is wild, but there's also some good stuff going on. So I'm going to do this video talking about some like anchor points that I have been using for myself, that I have been provided with, that could be of value to you guys as we navigate forward. And then also, I have another video I'm going to do on Andre 3000. And I'm like so excited about that video. I hope my energy can get its stuff together for that one because he deserves more out of me or whatever. Okay, so let's talk about the anchor point stuff I'm talking about. So the timeline shift, the split, the rapture, whatever verbiage resonates with you, it's all the same. It's all referencing the same stuff. Essentially, all of the energetic work that was done in the higher dimensions is now grounding in or manifesting into the 3D. And so of course, as that happens, there's going to be choices that we have to make. There's going to be options or decisions that we have to make. And you have free will. You know, you can do whatever the heck you want. That's what I'm told, at least. It sure doesn't feel like that on my path sometimes, but it definitely, I can see that we do, in fact, have free will. So just remind yourself of that. You have options, you have choices. But as you make those choices or options, you are picking a timeline. You are picking your path. And I know for some of us, we're getting kind of like downloads of our divine blueprint right now, like micro visions of where we're headed. And as we get those, it will give you the information you need in order for you to look at your reality. And if you have decisions to make or choices in front of you, you figure out which one aligns to your divine blueprint, right? So in theory, it should be pretty easy or fairly easy for us to make these decisions. In execution, it can get a little harder, right? So here are some anchor points that I have been given, that I am using as I navigate forward, because the timeline split, really what it is are we going to stay in the old 3D timeline, or are we going to land into new earth, manifest and build new earth? Because all of us, our conscious decisions, our conscious choices are what build new earth. It's what manifests new earth into the material realm. And then from there we build together, which is dope. But in the meantime, we have to actually ground it in, land it in. So, what are the anchor points that I have been given? So when we're talking about new earth is where some of us are aiming. I know the ascension, everyone on the ascension timeline, that's our goal, right? There are a bunch of light workers who have bailed, and they have free will, so I get it. Do you? But at the same time, there are individuals who have not, and they are continuing to ground in new earth. And so their goal, their intention would be the new earth timeline. Then there are other individuals in the collective who are not on the ascension timeline and whose souls have chosen this lifetime to stay in the 3D reality. And so they're participating in old earth timeline, and free will allows them to do that. And as they do that, they will play out the exact timeline that the 3D collective needs for whatever their soul evolution is, right? So they're kind of be like going alongside one another for a little bit, like it always has been, but it's about to split to where they'll see one another a lot louder. It will become more visible, because as the density, what's the word, decreases, yeah, decreases, because we're going from carbon to crystalline. So as that frequency increases, raises, that's a better way of putting it, it will become more visible. And so that split will become more visible. The timeline split will kind of be like grounded in. And that's okay, it's just, it is what it is. And I have an example, which is why I'm going to talk about Andre 3000, of, I believe, a third dimensional manifestation of New Earth grounding into the material realm at the full moon in Gemini. So I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. For this video, though, here are the anchor points for me that I have been using as I intend to ground in New Earth. So, Old Earth, victim mindset, fear-based thinking. Old Earth. New Earth, love, faith, things of that sort. Old Earth, ego. New Earth, soul. Old Earth, separation and polarity consciousness. New Earth, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, the return of Christ, right? And I wanted to pause for a second on that, because when we talk about separation consciousness and polarity consciousness, the full moon in Gemini showed this very visibly for a lot of us, or for like everybody. Gemini is the sign of the twins, right? So what up, twins? And then it is about duality, polarity, multiples, duos, pairs, multiple perspectives, difference of opinions. It's mercurial, so it's conversational, intellect, data, information, things of that sort. So there was a lot going on about separation or duality with Gemini energy. And people got a lot of like reflections and clarity from that energy. One of the biggest ones that's going on right now is the Israel-Palestine conflict, if we say. It's a genocide, but I think that there are individuals who are still in separation consciousness, viewing war as us versus them, when the reality is it's human versus human. So if you're fighting one another, you're literally fighting your brother or sister. So individuals who are participating in the separation, they're still in separation consciousness. Individuals who are viewing that as like peace, not war, they're in unity consciousness, trying to bring liberation, equality, and like freedom for all through unity consciousness and love. So that's a third dimensional manifestation of like the two consciousnesses kind of playing out in the material world. And it's completely heartbreaking, so I understand. So yeah, Old Earth, hurting, trauma, war, pain. New Earth, healing, right? Old Earth, service to self. New Earth, service to other. And then Old Earth, inorganic, artificial, transhumanism. And New Earth, organic, divine blueprint, connected to the earth. So those have been helping me, because as I navigate things or make decisions, I'm looking at those anchor points to be like, okay, is this food inorganic? Think fast food, right? Or organic, real, raw, from the earth, using the 4 elements for life force energy to create light, to create life, to create this plant. So food is a really good example of like inorganic versus organic. Any food that we are consuming that is artificial, if it was not created through life force energy, then it was created through false light, and that is technically a toxin for our body, which creates dis-ease within our body, which then creates massive health issues. So that's just one example. And some of the other ones are pretty kind of like easy to understand, healing versus hurting kind of thing. But one of the other ones is service to other and service to self. So that ties into one of the other things I'm seeing right now, where a lot of light workers are getting kind of like bits and pieces of their download popping through right now, blueprint. Sorry, let me say that again. A lot of light workers are getting bits and pieces of their blueprint being downloaded to them right now. That was better. Which is super cool and super exciting, but it also, there's elements of it that are then service to other, right? So your blueprint has elements of it that are serving the collective. So if you're planning something, or if you have a vision and your vision is focused on service to self, that is a little bit of a, what's the word, trap, I would say, that a lot of people could be like caught up on right now. As you're building, you will be taken care of. You will be, by serving others, you get what you give. So by giving to others, by serving others, you will get back out of it, because you are following your divine guidance. You're protected. It's part of your divine blueprint. And that requires faith and trust and all these things, right? So I would say that that's one thing I'm seeing is some people, as they're coming up, like their blueprints are popping through and then they're popping back into their ego to be like, okay, what does this do for me? Or like, how can I manipulate this for my own good, right? Totally okay. But you have to also understand that there's no need to manipulate anything. It's a organic part of your path and your blueprint. So by serving others, you will receive as well, because it's equal energetic exchange. And then you yourself are in charge of maintaining the boundaries and maintaining that balance and following your own soul and guidance as you navigate that path forward. And there's of course like always an ebb and flow that you're seeking, but that is one little thing that I'm noticing with people is that one is, as we're getting our like blueprint kind of given to us a little bit, whatever we're building, ensuring that service to other is kind of at the core of it, because it will also serve you by serving others. So I wanted to call that one out. So yeah, the blueprints popping through are really exciting and cool. It also is stretching people and pulling up some fears and doubts and things like that. Totally normal. I know it is for me. And then karmic cycles are closing out. Karmic cycles are ending. Karmic cycles are doing a bunch of stuff. For those of us who are headed onto a new Earth timeline, our karmic cycle is closing out so that we can release the old and hop into the new. That is a painful journey or whatever. Painful process. I think that's a better way of putting it. It's purging things out. It's, whatever. But there are other individuals who are not on the ascension timeline and they are re-entering another karmic cycle. They are choosing old Earth because whatever karmic cycle they are being invited to close out, they're not closing it out. They're choosing to keep it open or whatever. And essentially choosing not to heal, and they're headed into another karmic cycle. And that is their choice, their free will choice. And then they stay on old Earth, and that again is their free will choice. So we have a lot of activations going on right now, especially for the twins, or anyone in the ascension like timeline. We have a lot of initiations, people being initiated in a deeper level on their path. We have a lot of people awakening right now, which is super cool. And then we have a lot of people going through dark nights of the soul and a lot of ego deaths going on. I know the masculine collective is definitely going through some third dimensional stuff, and that's like the feminines are in their own way as well. So we're all connected. That's like how it works. But the masculines definitely are like purging in the 3D. And I think that from my experience as a feminine, I'm purging, I don't even know what to call this. It's like, I can see that this karmic cycle is closing out, but it also is just like, it feels very energetic. It feels like very energetic right now. It has to do with ancestral patterning, ancestral karma. You're breaking generational curses on your family, and some people are also creating curses for their family, which is a huge bummer for those individuals. But as you are breaking generational curses, it's an energetic like let go. So it definitely feels very spiritual, at least for me, or very like energetic, I should say. Which is why I think I'm like low energy and stuff. So if that resonates, then we're in it together, you know. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it there. That's the energetics that I'm seeing, feeling, some anchor points to help navigate it that I'm using myself. Again, I would love some tips from you guys or to know where you guys are at. And yeah, I'm gonna do an Andre 3000 video. I think that one's gonna be really exciting. And I feel like he's a New Earth ambassador, so yeah, check that one out when it is up. Okay, cool. Love you guys tons, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.